Yo, don't pass that shit over here, dude.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Yo, it's your people. This is what you guys wait for every Tuesday, 10 p.m. We live, the No Man Fantasy Podcast. We here. We're not going anywhere. I don't know why y'all think we're going to go anywhere. We can't be stopped.
Where are we going?
Stopped. We're like the bad boys. You know, I mean, you just love us. And like always, it's your host. It's your boy. It's me, your man, Mitch.
Boy.
First, we got to talk about WandaVision down there, man. We got, bringing back the 1970s, you know what I'm saying? In black and white, the crazy man. What's up, Buttons? How you doing today, man?
Other than the technical difficulties, doing great, bud.
Awesome. And look, we ready to say it? We just follow along with me, people. We got the undisputed, the unchallenged, the unfathomed, the unsatisfied with his Buffalo Wild Wings. The unchallenged in anything, the greatest co-host in podcast history. What up, Wes?
Woo. What up, Mitch? What up, gentlemen? Another week. I know we got a lot to talk about. And let me first off say I apologize for giving you guys all that bad advice for the brackets. It's a new week.
We're going to get to your bad advice.
My main concern is, how's the wings, man?
Well, we got a lot. We got a lot to catch up with Wes, man.
They weren't worth the wait.
I got to give him the prop. The man with the specs on. He is. I'm telling you. I was talking to him, and out of nowhere on my TV, just stats started appearing. It's crazy how he does it. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. It's the man that knows what you're about to say before you say it. What up, Los?
What up, man? It's good to be here with the team. Talk some sports. We talk about football, baseball, even some master golf stuff. You guys
we got everything, people. We're gonna hit so many sports today. You're gonna think that like we're taking over the world, which we are. But look, we got a lot to jump into. But first, Carlos, ask him. We need some answers about last week. We really need some answers. The fans the No Man Fantasy Football at gmail.com email box was blowing up because we want to know, Wes. Carlos, you want to know?
Yeah. How's the wings, bro?
My 1970. You want to know?
They were terrible.
Wow, really?
They weren't
that bad?
Yeah.
Was it that bad? I love B-dubs, man.
So let's recap for everyone that wasn't listening last week. The greatest co-host was stopped from doing his job because he was waiting at B-dubs, also known as Buffalo Wings, Wild Wings, whatever the hell they are, for an hour waiting for some wings.
And I just realized why you went there.
Mark Madden.
Because it's half price. You get Tuesdays, you get buy one, get one.
Word?
Yeah.
That's another complaint, because they did not tell me that.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
There you go. Look at that.
That's
Tuesdays.
And you
Never go there again. There's never been a reason.
And you're missing out on free wings?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I stayed there for a fucking hour.
Shout out to the Bold Ginger, my man, joining on the podcast again, loyal viewer. That's my man. But yeah, so
you gotta sign into Twitch.
So Carlos, I had Wes over on Saturday night. We were watching some of the, going by some of his expert picks. His expert picks.
Oh man, me and Wes, we shouldn't even be allowed to talk about college basketball.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you.
I'm right there with him. Mitch, you let Mitch beat us. What does he know about college basketball?
I know as much as everybody else, dude. I'm a sports guy. Don't act like you.
Listen, everybody out there, if you want some real basketball information, just ask the guy who's in first place in the bracket.
Oh,
dude, a blind person can be in
the
first place in this bracket that we got. The way me and West bombed.
No, what I was explaining to Mitch earlier, I didn't really pay attention to the round 2 matchups. I was just picking the number 1 seeds. Okay, they're going to at least make it through the weekend. So I was pushing them all the way through, not knowing who they were going to play game 2 and not studying that matchup. And that's where I kind of lost because I was like, well, as I saw the first day, all the upsets, I'm like, well, these games are really close. tomorrow's going to be even closer because a lot of those games were matchups they were pretty close together. So I was like, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, some matchups ended up worst case scenario. And I'll actually give you a little credit here because Illinois, the worst team that they could have possibly faced was their own little baby school there, Loyola Chicago, right? Because they're like little brother, you know what I mean?
Hey,
and
Loyola
little brother
that nun.
wants to beat big brother, right?
Hey, Loyola has that nun going for them.
What's the new name?
But hold on a second.
So that kid Crutwig is the man.
I want to go back to Carlos for a second. I don't know nothing about college basketball. If I'm not mistaken,
Syracuse over here.
I picked Syracuse, and they're not going to do anything. From this one, and this one.
Hey, no, wait. Let me just say one little piece. I'm 100%. You deserve 100% credit for it. But I did say now Syracuse is my team, so I don't pick them because they're my team.
Red is my color, but I'm wearing green. Look, red is my color, but I'm wearing green.
I said tonight. I hope you are right, Mitch. So
okay.
I am happy.
Well,
you're right.
I'll give you one that you went fugazi on, but you doubted me. You three clowns doubted me as usual. Is there a team called Winthrop that's still in the tournament? That would be a negatory, sir.
Hey, they lost by 1 point in the last second of the game, all right?
They lost. A dub is a dub, a L is a L.
They fought hard. It could have gone either way, is all I'm saying.
Now, Carlos, I don't know the most about college basketball, but I know enough that makes me very dangerous. Put it that way.
Oh, shit. My bad. You're right.
All right. So let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
On that one. Secondly, let's talk about this for a second. This has been the craziest bracket. Wes, am I saying it right? Bracket bonanza.
Thank you.
That we have experienced in years, and a lot of it has to do with the teams that were only playing in their own conference. There was teams that were hold on a second, that I think that were very good going into the tournament, whether playing their own conference or not. That team, like, look, this Oral Roberts team, that kid Bonner and their point guard Erasmus, I think his name is, they're the truth. Like that, you can look at that point guard and say that kid is going to make it in the NBA because he plays to that style. Sure. You know, and before the podcast started, Wes actually said something really, he hit it spot on. The Loyola Chicago, they went into a game against Illinois and was like, we ain't letting you play the way you want to play. We're going to dictate the game.
I heard so the kid Crutwig is the big white boy on Loyola Chicago, right? And I heard Charles Barkley. Is that
the big Russian-looking dude?
Yeah.
With
the little shit on his chin, exactly. So he can't grow the real one, you know. But anyway, I got to pick on him since he would probably whoop his ass.
There goes buttons.
Listen.
But anyway, Charles Barkley said
it was easy to grow a beard back in the 70s where you're from, right? So
yeah, exactly. So anyway, Charles Barkley said about him, you know, he's like, I hate playing guys like him because he plays perfect basketball. And it's true. And the thing is the kid just doesn't make any mistakes. And he's just going to beat, you know, he's just going to put it back up against you, pound you down to the basket, you know, and do his little thing. And he's going to get baskets on you. And on the defensive side, you know, he's not going to make any mistakes. Just any way around, you know. Yeah. And you know, that's what makes guys like him so difficult. That's what makes schools like that so difficult. When they play fundamentally sound on both sides.
Right. Yeah. Really,
of the ball. You know,
so let me ask you a question.
I got to give some credit to the greatest co-host here. Wait, just on this subject before I forget, because he hit the nail on the head. He said exactly what we're going to see too is more and more parity because of, we spoke about this in the past podcast, the guys going to the G League and getting paid cash now instead of these one and done superstars that are not going to be going to Duke and they're not going to be going to these big schools for 1 year and they don't care about their education and all that shit and they take basket weaving and whatever else they take for that year, you know, because they just use the school as an outlet to get to the NBA, right? Now that's not even going to happen anymore. Now they're going to go to the G League. It's going to create more and more parity in this bracket. And I tell you what, if there's one piece of advice I can give you people going forward is forget about the seedings. Forget about the numbers. Don't get trapped in that
nothing.
shit.
They mean nothing.
Stop looking at that stuff and saying, oh, my God, it's a 12 versus a 4, Forget about that. You know what I mean? It's
so
not
real
about
quick,
that anymore.
I want to shout outs to our viewers. We got Zach, Mason, Cole, all the boys from the Blue Bloods. Represent how you do. You guys are studs. Carlos, so far in this tournament, I'm going to ask you. We'll go around the table also. What has been your, take out your bracket, take out what you've wanted, what you were expecting to see, but what has been your favorite moment so far of the tournament? We had 4 days, right? We had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah, I like seeing that nun from Loyola represent. What's her name? I forgot her name.
Old lady.
Every time they're winning, she's cheering and she's like,
hey, she's into it, man.
Hey,
God bless her, man.
I love it. I feel like she is their like ace in the hole. Like they thrive off having her there. Like she's getting Sister Mary Magnet or something.
Yeah.
Listen, hey.
Hold on, Mitch. Carlos, you can't have the wandering eye. We already got our ladies.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We didn't. People, I know you're thinking about why did we start with Are You Serious? But we're gonna get to the Are You Serious segment here in a second.
But honestly, that was my favorite. The upsets are cool. They're always gonna happen. But seeing her for the past couple of years,
what you said is great, and I'll tell you why. Because as you guys know, I'm a coach, baseball coach for the Blue Bloods. And we talk to these boys all the time about inspiration. It's the small little things. It could be. Look, I've coached a boy who was mediocre, I guess, at best. I mean, not to put him down, but Grandpa and Grandma came to a game one time, surprised him. Like before the game started, he seen him. He was amped. Like he came in, Coach, you're gonna put me in the game. You're gonna put me in the game. And he played lights out. So it is those little inspirational things. And if those boys are smart, which I think they are, they're pulling from that.
Mm-hmm.
What?
She's 101 years old, too.
Dude, yeah,
it's awesome. Just even seeing, imagine what she's seen.
And you should see her at the game. She's doing this and cheering.
And she knows the game.
Animated,
she knows,
dude.
She's animated. Attack at 101.
So to me, that was my favorite. Because my bracket was, I didn't even make it off. I didn't even make it off the runway like I text you dudes.
What about you, bud? Hey, wait, Wes. Show them the prop that you have. Where's it at? Show them what you when the greatest co-host in podcast history talks. How does he talk? Show him, baby.
I haven't turned it on, but I had this little gold mic.
Yeah, my wife has it too.
We all need to bring one. There you go.
She goes crazy and starts singing all the songs. And
thank you. See, Carlos.
We don't want to see Wes sing. We don't want to hear Wes.
You don't want anything. I would rap, but I'm not gonna sing.
All right, so Wes, give me your favorite.
Mine is I like the upsets, man. It's probably Oral Roberts, man. I was really digging him this weekend. Like I said, I know that's your team, Florida, but I was really digging him. 15 seeds, and it's so funny that all the 5-12s I was telling you guys about, the one
we jumped over that.
The one I knew that I would have put money on Georgetown, they got waxed.
Mm-hmm.
Every other 12-5, the 12 won mostly.
Right.
They didn't win the second game.
Except Creighton. Creighton won by 1 point.
Exactly.
Oregon State's still in it, buddy.
And I was like, oh my God, how come I didn't see this? That these teams are so closely matched. And I was like, I was so blinded by Patrick Ewing and his crew.
Mm-hmm.
The other 3 12-5s, I didn't even see them happening when they potentially happened, or
they came in
1
hot,
point.
Though. Georgetown came in hot. They were playing good ball.
But you got to still look at it as a clean slate. That
sure,
they're run by a freshman point guard, and their big isn't skilled offensively. He's just a big guy, and half-court offense that is exploited, and that's what the tournament is. If you can't execute in the half-court offense, you're going to be exploited.
Mike, what about you, bud?
So mine is the Big Ten and the Pac-12. So the Big Ten, everybody came in so hyped about.
That would be me.
They had 9 teams.
That would be me.
Yeah, everybody fell in love with it. I told you I didn't believe it.
Well, hold up.
Nobody
I was there
wanted
with you because I like Texas. You like Baylor. So
and
we were
there's
there
only
together.
one team left, Michigan,
Baylor.
and only one other team won a game before that. And who was it? It was who was it?
Wisconsin. They beat Carolina.
Yeah.
No, Rutgers, right? Oh
Rutgers,
yeah.
I was so upset with North Carolina. Roy Jones.
Anyway,
Roy Williams needs
but
to
yeah,
get fired.
and then the surprise of the whole thing is the Pac-12. I mean, they basically ran the table right off the bat. They won like their first 9 or 10 games.
They're playing lights out.
I mean, I think they were the big surprise of the whole tournament, and I think as a whole, they're really looking like the real deal. You know, so it's kind of an interesting thing since they all played in their bubbles. Like, you know, people want to use things excuses. Like I listened to these guys on ESPN earlier, and they said, "Oh, the Big Ten beat up on each other." I believe that's bullshit. I believe
everybody beats up on each other.
You know what? Yeah, everybody beats up on each other. So it's just such a cop-out answer. But the real truth is you just never really know how good one division is against the other if they don't play each other. And it's kind of an interesting thing, right? Going into a tournament where you take a group of people and you put them together, and then you take another group of teams and you put them together, right? And then you keep them all away from each other. And you don't ever let them play each other. And then in the tournament, you throw them in, and you think, you know, it's going to be fair matchups. Well, it's not necessarily the case now, is it? You know, because the Pac-12 is clearly showing that they were the class of the division, and we might have seen that. We might have all, you know, in fairness to all you guys, it might have been much easier to see had they had more, you know, matchups within other divisions. Right. More of the stuff going on.
I will tell you what
it definitely made it difficult. But
my pleasant surprise, and I'll be honest, and it's more based on one person, but the commentating has been great. I mean, these guys are amped up, you know, during the game. But shout out to Clark Kellogg in the studio. Let me tell you something. That dude is the truth. I love everything he says is spot on. But he was breaking down the second half at halftime, and that's how it was playing out.
Yeah, he was solid. Oh, and we got to give it. If we're going to give shout outs, you got to give another shout out to the ref, Bill Rafferty, because it's probably not going to be much longer that he's been doing his man-to-man and his, you know, all his wonderful things that he's been saying ever since I was a little boy. So
I muted.
On the same token, though, okay. You know, I'm gonna lead into an "Are You Serious?" the segment, because we all got something hype to talk about. But Wally Zerbiak, are you serious?
Oh shit!
You can't get anybody to take care of your damn eyebrows. You make all that money. Them things look like 2 chihuahuas sitting on your eyes, dude. Like seriously, like Wally, are you serious? Like Wally's wife, the lady in the backstage. Somebody,
you never know. Clark, he could get paid for keeping those eyebrows like that.
Exactly. It's like he probably
in today's day and age, you don't know. You know, that could be his signature.
We are gonna go.
Anthony Davis, man. Anthony Davis got like one.
Yeah, he got the unibrow. That's an "Are You Serious?" on its own right. But listen,
oh my God,
Wes was here on Saturday, so I didn't go. We had, my wife went out of town. It was just me and the boy from Tuesday on. Till Saturday afternoon when they got home. No, Wes came over Friday night. I'm sorry, I'm getting my days mixed up. So I had to do some cleaning Saturday morning, so I wasn't able to go, but I did a Zoom call, Wes. We got the ladies on there. We had Morty on there. Some guy named Siegfried, he joined on. And they were like, listen, we watch it week after week, and week after week, no response from Randy Moss. I'm like, look, he got mossed. He got it. He can't hang with the greatest, the dangerous, the most amazing segment in podcasting world right now. So anybody, again, Logan Paul, Jake Paul. I won't mention the name of someone who got into a little bit of trouble today. Charlie D'Amelio, whoever you are, whatever you do, you want to dance, you want to do your TikToky things, whatever you do. We're here twitching every Tuesday night. Come and play. Because when we say, are you serious, we mean, are you serious? Wes, I'm going to start off with you tonight.
Cool.
Look at the camera and tell them how you feeling, baby.
All right. My Are You Serious? And it's a little minor one. But I was watching NFL Live today, and they really pretty much approached this Aaron Rodgers situation. How they asked him to restructure his contract, trying to tell him that, hey, we're trying to get some free agents. Really? Today? Restructure my contract and tell me go get some free agents? Like, the free agent market is dry, if anything. And so I'm looking at it as, man, are you serious? Like,
$6 million
last year's draft pick, you just drafted a bunch of backups because you drafted the dude Love and you drafted the running back after you. And this year you signed Aaron Rodgers.
He traded up for Love.
That's exactly what that makes it worse. So I'm like, you basically drafted backups last year for Aaron Rodgers, and I'm like, you guys are really wasting this talent. Like, do you not understand what like the talent you have? Like, MVP quarterback last year, you're wasting the talent. Why did GMs think about we're gonna plan for the future and not, worship the present? Like, you have a generational quarterback now. Like, look at us. Us three, 4, we got quarterbacks we will give up tomorrow for Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And hope our team stacks, loads them up just to get Aaron Rodgers a team. And then you got an organization that's like, hey, we don't.
I hate
to
interrupt you for a second, but let's even talk. It's $6 million we're talking about. Who are you going to even get? You're going to get a superstar for $6 million? I mean, seriously, what are we talking about?
That's why the whole
you're nickel and diming Aaron Rodgers here, who has done everything he can for this organization. You haven't helped him one fucking bit the whole way. Excuse my language, but you haven't helped him one day bit the whole way. I mean, what are we even talking about here?
Right,
go ahead.
But here's the thing, though. To Wes's point, and Lee, who thinks he says that Aaron Rodgers thinks he's a king. Yeah, he does. But here's the point. If you're going to restructure a contract to pick up a free agent, do it 2 weeks ago when the free agent market started.
Sure. But
I'm saying, fucking podcast. They did a free agent frenzy for 2 weeks ago.
You're talking about.
What? But even six.
This is a notoriously cheap organization too, though. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So they're awful.
So that was a good. That's a good one because Green Bay Packers. Are you serious? Like serious? Really? Are you serious?
You're wasting that talent.
Sultan. What you got for me today, man?
It's baseball related. Are you serious?
Bring it on. We got some baseball fans on the Twitch.
So you're gonna start the worst catcher that I've ever seen in my life, and I've been playing baseball since I was 4. I'm gonna be 42 years old. Gary Sanchez. I don't care if he's a Yankee. Doesn't matter. He sucks. He's garbage. He's the worst. I bet you the catcher on Mitch's little league team could catch better than Gary Sanchez.
Like, we got some good catchers. We got a few catchers on here. Mason and Cole, one of those guys. I'll
take either one of them over Gary Sanchez.
There you go. Mason Cole, if you want a job on the Yankees, you got.
You're gonna put him against the catch opening day versus one of the top elite pitchers of our game, Cole, who definitely does way better with a nobody catcher that no one ever heard prior to this year. Like, come on, man. Are you serious?
Why aren't they starting Mr. Miyagi, whatever his name is?
Higashioka.
I think he's hurt, but even putting Stewart, who's a rookie, anyone but Gary Sanchez. He sucks.
That's the situation.
Los is game 1. Give him one game, Los. Give him one game.
It's only
you Yankee fans don't even want to miss one game.
Hurt, though. That's the only reason why.
And the ERA
I think he
is
would
4.
be the day one starter.
Tell him that stat. Tell him that stat, Carlos.
So with Yoka. Damn, I can't even say my.
Just say Higgy. Just say Higgy.
All right, with Higgy, 4 starts, 27 innings, 1.0 ERA.
1.0 ERA.
With Sanchez, 8 starts, 46 innings, 3.91.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I'll tell you right
there. Aaron Boone is such a stats fanatic, and he doesn't look at that stat alone. I think he has to go back to the
Higgy's
hospital.
hurt right now, so I mean, but hey, Gary Sanchez.
I think that's the only reason why. But
Are you serious, Gary? Gary, come closer, Gary. Are you serious?
For real.
All right, Mike, you got one tonight?
I do. We're going to switch to the NBA. And the wonderful executive, Mr. Daryl Morey, who's actually had some controversial moments before as the GM of the Houston Rockets. He said some controversial stuff about Hong Kong and stuff. And so that kind of got him out of that job. And now he's the president of the 76ers. And he came out and tweeted that 3-pointers should now be worth 2.5 points because they're worth too much. And I started thinking about that, and I said, "Can you imagine, like, people now
I can't do that. Can't do the math.
Say like the final score was 112.5 to 107.5.
I mean, you know what? I gotta give him a little bit of his analogy. I understand what he's saying. The 3-pointer no longer has the value.
Move the line out.
That it had back when Reggie Miller.
What's wrong with it? I don't understand.
It's everybody shooting it and lights out.
So move the line out a little bit. I mean, not everyone's Seth Curry and shooting it from half court and swishing it every time.
I mean, seriously, your solution is 2.5 points, though, Daryl Morey?
I'd rather do 4
That's
points.
my point there. I think, really.
Move the line back. Move the line back and make it 4 points.
Yeah. I think that's the solution. Put a new line out there, make it 4 points.
Right,
move it 5
Make a half quarter, like right around the half court.
You see the line. Yeah, no. Hey, so what's his name? Morey?
Daryl Morey.
Hey, Daryl. Daryl, with your other brother Daryl and your other brother Daryl. Can you guys name that show? Can you name the show? Go for it. And Mike, you're in the 1970s. Come on.
What is it?
I know it. That's my
brother Daryl. Bob Newhart show, man. This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. Are you fucking serious? All right, so now, I don't know how many are on here, but if we have any NASCAR necks on here, I'm flipping through the channels, taking a break from. Look, my bracket looked like the ER unit. There's red marks all over the place, right? So I had to take a break from basketball. So I just happened to chuck on one of the ESPNs or the Fox, one of those. So, hate to give you guys a shout out, you corporate bastards, but I'm going to say it anyway. But I'm watching this dude who just won the race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and he's sitting there quiet as kept. But here's what we'll discuss the problem, but he's sitting there just blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, look, if you're going to throw a punch, if you're a grown-ass man, and you're going to throw a punch at somebody from the blind side, hit him. How do you miss him? His face it wasn't like he was ducking and weaving like Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't playing defense. He was standing here with his microphone. Blah, 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 blah.
Yo, Wes, where's your microphone?
And dude came by and missed his face. Like he grazed him. And then he went, right. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I know. They were like NASCAR, 200 miles per hour, ding, whatever they were doing, right? But here's my thing. He backed up in the pit. He hit him with the car, blah, blah, blah. You should get mad at him that he's doing 220 miles per hour and he's riding your fucking tailpipe, and that at one drop of a dime, he could put you in the bleachers with everybody else. But NASCAR, really, I know your shit sucks. You're falling apart. You're like you got worse ratings than the WNBA. But People would watch if you could land a punch. Punch him in the face. Just go to the side and go, raga.
That punch reminded me of, what's his name there? Buddy Ryan trying to punch your boy Kevin Gilbride there.
Gilbride.
Mr. Sullivan. Remember that one?
It was so bad, dude.
The worst
It was
punch
so
ever.
bad. Like, dude, my wife has punched me better than that. I mean, I'm just, don't call spousal abuse on her, people. I mean, she throws a mean left hook, but that's another story. Now, look, at the end of the day, we're going to come at you. I don't care who you are, what sport you play. If you have an Are You Serious moment and we're not living under a rock, we coming for that ass. We don't care.
We're gonna find it.
We don't care. We will find you. I don't care. I'll tell you this. I'll be honest with you guys. We're gonna have one. We'll have a special edition, the Olympics edition podcast. Oh my God, dude! I watched. I gotta say this, and I'm not. I don't even know the name. It was some girl from like Czechoslovakia or something like that. But they were doing some pole vault trials. Funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. First one, she's going at it. Oh, she had the look on her face like she just ate a bottle of steroids and drank like Powerball, and she was running and she got halfway up and she let go. I don't know why she let go, but she let go. And she fell like a ton of bricks. Boop. Hilarious. I have not laughed that hard in years. So I'm just looking for the Olympics for the Are You Serious moments. But look, we got a man here. He's a champion. Blah blah blah. Well, you're gonna hear it for a long time.
Blah blah
blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah blah. But in about 2 weeks, people. In 2 weeks, actually, it's a little less. It's like a week and a half, I think. We're gonna get some live baseball, some baseball that matters. Baseball with fans in the stadium. A full season of America's favorite game. Look, we got some
America's favorite pastime.
America's favorite pastime game, whatever. It's baseball season, people. Yes. Okay, and look. I promise. At one point, we're gonna have we'll have 8 people on the Twitch, but we're gonna have the baseball kids on here. We're gonna some kids from the 13U team, from the 14U team, and if the 15U team wants to join as well. We'll talk to them. We'll give them our advice, whatever. They all love Coach Mitch. What's not to love? But Carlos, I'm gonna let you start it off, man. Look, as we all know, we the Yankees here, baby, people. All 4 Yankee fans, all 4 of us. But we're baseball fans, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk a little bit about the season. We'll get more into it next week, and also next week is gonna be exciting because we're going to talk about the Masters. If anyone likes golf out there, Carlos is learning the game. Wes and I are novices as well. Mike, Mike back then,
you guys ain't no novices.
Yeah, we are. If you look at Mike's photo, he's played rounds with Arnold Palmer back in the 70s. With his black and white screen right now. But
thanks for giving me the love, man. I feel
nothing but love, baby. But Carlos, I mean. Give the viewers the rundown. What we can expect. Pick a division, pick a rivalry, pick whatever you want to pick. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. But it's baseball season, baby.
Everything, man. I mean, we'll start with the greatest team ever in sports history, the Yankees. Always in contention for number 28. We have a good lineup. We have potential to have, Kluber, who was a Cy Young Award winner, who was off and now is back on. We have a great lineup from 1 through 9.
Boston is ridiculous this year.
I love to shit on Boston, but hey, they got their coach back after a year suspension, so
he's a cheater.
Yeah. Cora.
Who's 4 and 5 in the rotation?
Boston's got a lot of troubles. I wouldn't worry about them.
It's up in the air right now because number 5, it could be Devi or it could be the wife beater. I mean, it all depends.
Come on, they both play.
Oh, a little sensitive subject here on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Come on, was what it is. We all know.
I mean, he was wrong. He did wrong. I don't believe
Jordan Montgomery.
He's nasty. He's nasty, and he's part of
Montgomery's a beast.
Yeah.
Love him.
So at the end of the day, we got a good lineup. We have a great bullpen like we always do. It's just hope
I'm going to miss Tanaka, though. I'll be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully Aaron Boone
Definitely.
doesn't overdo his bullpen like he always does. And we should have a good, solid year. I mean, 162 games, we should be able to put something together like always. And
So are they saying that for sure they're going to play a full season, right? I mean, right now, that's the plan.
As of right now. But, with the
Ooh,
COVID.
fans in the stands, too. It's going to be
Fans in the
Stands,
stands.
Yeah.
Fans in the stands.
Yeah.
And then, American League is my favorite league. So, up and down that whole league is tough. And then we go to the National League where I want to see the Padres and the Dodgers. I mean, me and my one of my co-hosts here says that the Dodgers are going to be better than the Padres, and I want to
I'd
see
watch out for the Braves, too.
I want to
before
say it
watch out
live
for
on the
Padres.
air that the Padres will beat the Dodgers.
Wow.
I may have to.
Wow, that's bold.
I may have to
Write
eat
that
it.
down. Put that
Yeah,
in the
write it
book.
down. I'm going to make that a clip. I'm going to put that on Twitch and make it a clip, man.
There you go. There you go. I think,
Um,
honestly, if anybody beat the Dodgers, it'd be the Braves. But that's my personal.
I mean,
Not the Mets. Let's give some love to the Mets.
the Mets are a wild card. They really are.
I
The
got
whole
no
thing
love.
is, can they
I
be
got no
healthy?
love for the
Can
Mets.
Can the pitchers, the Mets, you can't dismiss them because they still have the best pitcher in baseball.
The Grom, hands down. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with you.
and
Only one
you know,
game. One
the
game.
story is
Baseball's
what's
a
up with
7-game
Thor?
series. So
What's up?
game.
What? Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
but
one game. Baseball's a 7-game series, so
I understand
you
that,
gotta
but it's
back
not
'em
like
up.
they have a bunch of schlubs besides that. I'm not saying that they're the favorite. I'm saying they're a wild card. Now, if Thor,
I mean, I agree with you,
what's his story?
Mike, but they also got Francisco Lindor, and he's
Yeah.
open to contract extension. I heard.
Oh, they got a great lineup too.
I heard
Lindor-
10 years.
Lindor's a
Sleep on
beast,
their
dude.
whole lineup. The Mets.
I'm hearing 10 years. They want to sign him for like 10 years. I don't know what they got to. Baseball got to get away from these 10-year contracts. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, the Mets ended up having the best thing happen to them in that they got a new owner, and he's got a lot of money, Mr. Cohen. If you don't know about Stephen Cohen,
Oh yeah,
he's got
I mean,
boatloads of money.
he was
So-
a billionaire.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to spend it, and he's already proven that right off the bat. So I mean,
Mhm.
I think actually,
He
you
should
know,
give
they're
Bobby
a team to
Bonilla
watch
a
out for.
raise.
What?
Give Bobby Bonilla a raise.
I
Oh,
mean,
man,
he probably would.
Give him
I
one
don't know.
lump sum to be like,
If he's
look,
sticking
Bob,
win,
just look, Bobby, we need to get you off the books, dog.
He's still on the payroll, $1 million until
Hey,
32.
wait, well, real quick though, explain that to me. Why have they never done that?
what?
How many years left does Bobby Bonilla have to get paid by the Mets?
Oh, just paid
12
off
more
his
years.
contract?
12 more years.
12 more years.
Mhm.
Just give him a lot. Just say, you know what? Look, for all your troubles, here's 15 mil. Have a nice day.
Because it costs them more money than that. Because
Yeah.
it kills them in the cap that year,
Yeah,
and if they go
that's-
over the cap,
yeah,
then they get penalized.
And
and all
$1 million
that money.
doesn't hurt anybody. Doesn't hurt a franchise like the Mets.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying it
year
hurts
after
the
year.
franchise, but come on, man. The guys have played in 70 years, and he's getting paid.
I mean,
for
you think
on
it would
show.
make sense to just pay it off.
Just pay it off. So,
Mm.
I'll tell you the team that look. We all know I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I think the Blue Jays are going to be tough this year. I think the Rays are going to be
No
tough this
pitching.
year.
No pitching. Blue Jays got no pitching.
Exactly. It's like the Rays got
The
pitch,
Rays, I would watch out for.
but they can't hit because they lost some players. I mean, outside of Arizona.
But the Rays, they always
But then
find a
Toronto-
way.
The
man.
Rays are
Find a
trouble
way.
every year, so just don't
Yeah.
sleep on them. You can't.
Yeah, every year.
They are the team in the division to watch out for. The Blue Jays are probably, you're right, Mitch, the next
Dude,
ones.
I
But
see half
I
of
wouldn't
their
sleep on them
roster
either.
every year here in North Carolina.
Tampa Bay
playing
has
the
no
Durham
pitching.
Bulls.
They gave away Snell.
They gave
He's
away.
40
They
years
gave
old.
away.
Glasgow. I'm not scared of Glasgow.
yeah, but once again, that's just one pitcher you're talking about, and the Rays
It's their
have
best
a way.
pitcher.
The Rays have a way of next man up doing the right job. I mean,
Yep.
they've done it year in and year out. All I'm saying is they have a proven track record to be trouble. So, I mean, you can't
Absolutely.
sleep on them.
Absolutely.
You can't. You just
No,
can't.
but I mean, I think there's going to be. There was a lot of
I mean,
movement.
I think the Yankees are the class of the division. Really, personally, just despite my fandom of them, I could separate the two.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I wouldn't say that about my Jets or anything. Excuse me, like that. But if look at contenders, you can't sleep on the Reds. Yeah. Hopefully, one day I get to say that again about my Jets. But we'll save that for another.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I'm looking for excitement back in baseball. I want to feel that again. I want. I thought the half season was okay. I mean, it was a pretty decent season.
I actually like that.
Guys were still fighting, but I want to see some dominant pitching. I want to see, I want to see what makes these guys like. What I'd like to see this year, that everyone that has one of these monster contracts actually just come through and have a monster year. Like just every single one of these guys that have gotten like, look, I'm a big Tatis fan. I want to see him, and I think he will earn every. I don't know if it's going to earn every single dollar, but at the end of the year, they look back whether they win the World Series or not.
Actually, perform up to his contract.
Right, just be like, you know what, we made a good. This was a good move.
Yeah.
And you're going back to the Yankees, bringing on Kluber. I think that's a huge move for the Yankees. Him and Cole are good friends. And that again goes back to the look. Baseball, as we all know, because we've all played it, we've all followed it our whole lives, the four of us. It's a mental game, and as we said earlier, there's inspirational things that can help you. Look, how many times have you watched a baseball game where the pitcher's pitching lights out, but then he gives up a hit or the error happens and it deflates the team?
Sure.
So.
I got
Wes,
something.
What's your thoughts on
Wes?
Let me just end this real quick. What I'm looking for in baseball, I don't like the shift.
Yeah, they should outlaw the shift.
I'm really starting to really be against
it. It's annoying.
If you want to put three guys on one side of the field, I'm fine. But when you start putting someone in short right, short left, to me, I got a problem with that. Because now, I don't know, because you're really taking away those hits at that point. If you're putting people in the outfield.
I disagree.
But I don't. I know it.
You know what?
It's better to okay, if they're not playing over there, hit it over there.
Hit it over there.
I get it, but
that solves the problem, bro. They just are so stubborn, these major league hitters, that they refuse to do it. That's not on us, bro. There has been a few guys that have done that, and they don't shift on them anymore. Look at guys like DJ LeMahieu. Nobody will shift on him. Which, by the way, you guys were talking earlier about signings and all that stuff. We were talking about Kluber and all that stuff. The best signing the Yankees did, let's not mistake this, was re-signing DJ LeMahieu.
The best center in the American League.
Yeah, best, one of the best ball players in the whole game right now. But anyway,
Golden Glove, batting title.
Make them honest. That's it. These guys, I'm sorry. These guys that all I do is pull the ball and try and jack home runs. Well, you know what? That's on you. You can hit the ball the opposite field. You know how to do it, but you won't do it. You're that
drag bunt down the fucking line when they shift.
All they have to do is half swing one, and they make a double to left field. Right. You know what I mean? Like if they're it's really frustrating. Watching it, there has been some guys that have done it, right? And they busted the shift because of that. And then the team, the next time you watch them, they play them honestly. So, honestly,
we're about to lose
Wes, I understand your argument 100%, but that's on the player. Dude, the team should be able to set up however they want. If they want to put 9 guys on first base, they can put 9 guys on first, or 8 guys on first base in the pitcher. You know what I mean? Whatever. They can do whatever they want, literally. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned.
Hey, real
it's
quick,
up to you.
Before we end up, who's trying to go with me August 12th? Field of Dreams.
What are you talking
about? Nice.
Yankees play the White Sox in the Field of Dreams.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
In Iowa.
We're going to Iowa? Are we taking the podcast on the road?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
There you go.
When is it? April what?
August 12th.
August 12th. Hey, man, you be the travel agent. Get us some, get some good deals going or something. Maybe.
Yeah, we lost West there as I
We
was
lost West.
arguing with him.
Maybe it's B Dubs. Maybe they tapped in. They knocked him out.
Oh, they got angry.
They got angry at him
because he dissed their wings.
Look, I'm a big believer that baseball is gonna make its way back, and it's gonna be a good season this year. But we'll see. I mean, I think one thing that baseball has to get rid of is the parity.
The parity?
What about it?
Is the parity. Is the same teams making it over and over?
No,
and
honestly,
over
I think what they need to do is get with the times, and they need to shorten the season. I think they learned from that 60-game season, not to make it 60 games, not that extreme, but shorten it. It's too long. The season's too long. It bores people.
Yeah,
they don't want to
bore me.
62 games. I know not you, but you're only there's only a few of us. You know what I mean? The real baseball fans. There's people's attention spans aren't that long these days.
Dude, you could watch golf,
So-
and you're talking about attention span.
Look, I'm talking about me. This is a different story. I'm a sports nut. I can sit here and watch women's, whatever college soccer. I don't care, right? I'll literally watch anything.
Carlos, Mike and I, when we were roommates, we used to watch ESPN Classic old Yankee games.
Yeah, I don't care, man. I watch anything.
Yeah, I watch
any
baseball.
sports stuff. I watch.
See, and it's funny because I fight that argument all the time. People are like, oh, baseball is just too boring. What are you watching? Because there's nothing boring about it to me.
I don't. Well, especially for people that actually played the game, it's a different story because you understand all the little things that make it exciting for you. If someone else, it's a slower paced game. It just is. You know what I mean? Especially with the pitchers.
I love to watch.
I like the clock and stuff. That's another thing too. They got to kind of speed it up a little bit. These pitchers that take forever between each pitch, they drag out the games. They make them 4 hours long. People don't. I don't know. It's one thing between being there at the game and then watching it on TV for 4+ hours.
Right. Right.
Personally, these pitchers that take forever between each pitch.
Oh, he's back. He's got some difficult. Wait, are you back? Are you back with us live?
Yeah.
All right, good. We're good. We're good then. We're good.
All right.
No, yeah. No, you guys are talking about speeding up the game of baseball. I may be like 5 seconds behind you guys. I was watching you on the Twitch.
I mean,
But yeah, Mike.
Wes, what is your favorite sport?
Oh, my favorite? Basketball.
All right.
But
How about you,
I like them all.
Mike?
I play them all. So
NFL football.
Mitch?
It's hard. I mean, for me, it's always been baseball. I mean, it's.
I should say football / golf for me.
It's funny that
I'll
our
say
podcast.
No, but it's the thing. It's the thing. I love baseball. I love football. But dude, nothing to me. Nothing. And I'll say this till I'm blue in the face, dude. Nothing does it for me more than fucking fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and to just talk about it for a second. I mean, it for teams that
sports for nerds. That's all it is. It's nerds.
They're not that good.
Sports nerds.
It's the nerd factor of it, but it's also that my team has sucked for so long, and you got
it keeps you involved with the game,
with other games, right? And other people, and a lot of what I like about it, if you know me, the one thing I love about fantasy football is the shit talking that goes on back and forth. Before, weeks and weeks and weeks ago, seems like, shit, it was months ago, when we first started doing the podcast and we were having different people on, or it was just the same crew, we were sitting there just, I mean, you're talking about your stats on guys, and then you look for that the next week. Look, I'm not a dumb person by any stretch of the imagination, but fantasy baseball is like, you need to be like Stephen Hawking's on that shit, dude. And I ain't got time for that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just follow baseball. I'm a Yankee fan. We're good. I love baseball. So I follow the Red Sox. I follow the Mets. I follow the Giants. No, I'm saying I'm a Yankees fan. But
he said the next word.
Did you say the Red Sox?
But listen, I take interest in all those teams because I want to break down their weaknesses. So when I'm watching a game, I could be I'm that drunk guy yelling at my TV. Aaron, put him in the game. Aaron, take him out of the game. You know, we all know that. Look, I'll take you back. What year, Wes? What year was it? Aaron.
What that? 07?
07. I mean, when Aaron Boone hit the home run. I mean, it's stuff like that. Why to me, baseball is the greatest.
Aaron bleeping Boone.
No, you can say it. Aaron fucking Boone, baby.
He's the same coach that says we're savages in this bitch or this box.
So that whole playoff run, I remember me and Mitch and back and forth in the garage to the point where we wouldn't watch offense because we were so stressed out. We would just watch the defense to make sure the Yankees got out of the inning and could bat. And that was the one inning we watched because Mitch knew I was superstitious. I was like, no, we can't watch the offense. We got to watch the defense. So we knew that when we would win, we would be surprised. But that one inning we watched because Mitch peer pressured me. He was like, we got to watch it. This is one inning. This is one inning.
It's always Mitch to the peer pressure.
And we both saw it. I want to say me and Mitch coined the phrase Aaron freaking Boone because that's what we said to each other.
We said it immediately.
We said Aaron freaking Boone. Like, out of all the fucking Yankee lineups, Aaron freaking Boone hit the fucking knuckleball off the fucking Wakefield.
Dude, he jacked that shit out of the fucking stadium.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a beautiful. But
as soon as you hit it,
listen.
I'm like, just
hey, do you remember the pitcher?
Yeah, Wakefield.
Oh, Wakefield.
Come on.
Knuckleball.
Carlos, I remember that night like yesterday, dude. Like,
Me too.
But Carlos, so I don't crucify me for saying this, but I mean, even think about 2004, dude. That comeback was amazing.
Yep.
But that's what
I don't remember anything about the year 2000.
I don't remember 2004. Fuck it.
But that's what brings. I
think
to baseball.
Slowly getting suspicious that red Yankees.
Yeah, I'm getting suspicious about Mitch. Hardcore.
that red Yankees cap.
It's actually a maroon Yankees hat. Thank you very much.
I think we need to check the stitching on that. Make sure it wasn't
you said
the label change.
Watch the Red Sox, and then you said, "Let's take it back to 2004." I'm just saying. I don't know.
Look. At the end of the day, that was the greatest. The baseball was great. Okay, there'll never be another team like the Yankees. We've only look. Dave Righetti on July 4th throwing no hitters. You know, bringing up talent like a guy like DJ. We'll never see another play like that. Someone diving into a down the third base line from the shortstop position. Okay, we have brought, and I'll tell you this though, I do love it when a guy leaves the Yankees because he doesn't want to be part of the organization anymore, and he winds up being shit like Robinson Cano. Love Robbie, that's my dude. But you want to talk shit and leave? What have you done since then, buddy? But okay, let me ask this.
But another thing.
Hold on. Your favorite Yankee that left the Yankees?
That left the Yankees.
That yet left the Yankees.
Ricky Henderson.
It don't count.
Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, I'm a Ricky Henderson fan too. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I got to think about this one, bitch.
I mean,
every Yankee that left the Yankees.
I mean, it's hard when you leave the Yankees because I'm more about the teams.
Yeah, so many of them, my favorites, are just retired as Yankees. Thinking about who left.
Well, I'll tell you, he came to the Yankees and then left was Ichiro. That was my favorite.
You know, I love the Ichiro too. He was great.
It would probably recently. It would be probably Robbie Cano because we signed fucking Ellsbury for crap and we went Ellsbury instead of Cano, and I was pissed at that. I'm like, why the hell we getting their crap and we can't even sign our own? I'm like, because you got to think, like Robbie Cano was the last piece of that core five. Like he was the last one of those last players that was with that core.
Look, let's think about it. We haven't
won. There you go.
We haven't won a World Series since 2009.
I liked him, and he went to the Red Sox. Was Nunez?
Oh
that kid. I thought he was going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
That I would say. He went to the Red Sox. And I
will say this, to bash the Red Sox a little bit, my favorite thing that ever happened to the Red Sox was David Price. Because he went there, everyone thought he was going to be locked down, shut down, whatever. And
yeah, they thought that was the greatest signing ever.
I mean,
garbage.
My favorite thing to ever happen to the Red Sox was Wade Boggs winning a championship with the Yankees.
I'm going back a little bit, boys.
I like that. I like the little salt in the wound there.
We're going to go back a little bit. April 19th, 1919. Where the
Bambino
Yankees signed Babe Ruth for
of course. Hey, real quick.
So we'll take that.
Hey, take a guesstimate what ticket prices are going for nowadays.
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
Where at up in the bleachers or
anywhere?
Wasn't that
okay, bleachers.
Bleachers. $5.
$225.
I was about to say
150.
150.
Mike,
what did he say, bitch? 225.
I said 225.
And you said 150?
Yeah. In the bleachers.
Bleachers.
I'm gonna go right.
Same price is right. Don't say $1.
185.
Oh, what's that?
Well, Mitch is close. 258.
Oh, wow. Damn.
For fucking bleachers.
Right
and for required entry, you need proof of a vaccine or negative PCR COVID test within 72 hours of the game.
Was that at Yankee Stadium?
At all
pretty much all sports. That's
all sports.
All the baseball. Stadium. They kind of made that.
Except
rule.
Texas.
Yeah, they made that rule.
What's the rule?
That you basically have to either be vaccinated or have a negative PCR test within like 72 hours or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah. So you basically
people go get vaccinated so you go watch some baseball games, man.
That's it. That's the motto. Go get vaccinated.
My brother's getting back. He got the first round today, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to get it.
Well, soon it's going to be like basically eligible for everybody in their 40s.
U.S.
in the 50s.
Yeah, I haven't got it yet, but I'm going. My wife asked me the other day. She's like, you know, when they call our age, you ready? I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too. Yeah, as soon as I'm available. As soon as it's available. My mother and they got it, so I'm glad. So yeah.
My brother said it hurts. It hurt his arm feels like he got like punched like 1,000 times and he has a headache. But besides that,
shot. Has he ever gotten a shot?
He's a fucking gallon donor.
He doesn't like boo-boo.
It doesn't bother
when
him.
you get shot in the shoulder, it feels so. Your shoulder feels sore. That's what happens.
He got a boo-boo. Did he get a Dora the Explorer or a
Band-Aid?
Or a Transformer Band-Aid?
No, Simpsons.
Nice. No, hey, look, I think we all got to get it done. I think we all, try to stay safe. We've stayed COVID-free here on the podcast, so we're treating the public right.
I barely go out, so
yeah.
All right, well, people, look, you came to the podcast because you saw the name No Man Fantasy Football. We haven't talked about it all this episode yet, so I mean, it's time. It's there's still moves going on. We got the G-men down, and Carlos will let you talk about your boys and your signings and what you like.
I'm happy. We finally got a legit receiver. So I don't want to hear no excuses from Danny Dimes and his punk ass. We got defense. We got 2 corners. We got if we could get a rusher in the draft, I think we're looking good.
I agree. I like what the
Giants
are doing.
a good B, a solid B.
Okay. What move?
Where do you put you in the division? What place you in your division?
That's a good question.
Honestly, second.
To who?
To either the Reds, the Washington,
the football squad.
Washington. I'm sorry, I forgot what their name is now. But
yeah, Washington football team.
They're like Tech Bowl. But
Washington.
But we need to talk about that too at another time.
Gettleman. He needed to do something, and he got a legit true receiver. And we need some defense. We need
So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this then, Carlos, because we talked about it. I think we talked a little bit about it last week. With Kyle Rudolph signing, we think it's going to help Evan Ingram. So again, let's swing it back to the fantasy perspective. Let's dork out on it for a minute. So I want you and let's just say they stay healthy. I want average points of Danny Dimes from everybody. What you think? And average points of Kenny Golladay.
Danny Dimes, if he's healthy, maybe high teens. And Golladay, he's proven that when he's healthy, he can catch. If Danny Dimes has confidence in throwing those difficult passes to allow him to pick, I would say, he's up there, man, in consistent 15 to 16.
So where do you put him in the draft order then? Where would you draft a Kenny Golladay?
Third, fourth round.
Okay. Wes, what about you, bud?
Well, those two or my own?
No, I just want to talk about Danny Dimes and Golladay for a minute.
I agree with Carlos. I think Danny Dimes is 15 to 20 point fantasy quarterback, depending on if he has a good week, because he can run. So that's always underestimated. And I like Golladay. I think Galladay's he can be about between a 15 to 25 point range receiver. I see him being the dominant number one for the Giants. So that, to me, that kind of gives him a touchdown a week. And guys that score touchdowns are always valuable in fantasy because you don't have to rely on PPR and yardage.
Right.
They consistently get touchdowns. So I don't know where I would put him, as in I haven't really ranked my receivers yet, but he's somebody that'd be on the radar. He would be I would say a solid number one, but an excellent number two receiver on my fantasy roster.
And the reason why I said third or fourth is because now leagues are so running back heavy, and
especially if you're in a league with Wes, he takes about 6 of them.
Yeah. What I noticed in this league, you better get your running backs quick, or you're just eating dust because they're not going to be left.
Right.
So
you're done.
My first 3 picks are going to be running backs. Everybody, I'll tell you that much. So get your running backs.
That's how you get to that. That's how you do not defend your title, and that's how you become in last place. Mike, what about you, buddy? Give me your thoughts on Dimes and Golladay.
All right, well, I'm going to be more realistic, not the optimistic Giants fan over there. And
wow.
I first off think, unfortunately, you're going to finish third in the division. I don't see you beating either the Cowboys or the Redskins. Or, sorry, the Washington football team, which we will talk about why that name is no name, because I have a little tidbit about that, but that's another one. It's a great story, but I think you're a little lower on the numbers. I think Golladay is definitely a double-digit guy, for sure. But I don't think he's going to be as big as you think, and I don't think it's going to be his fault because the problem is I don't trust Danny Dimes. I just don't. I haven't, and I hope he proves me wrong. That's it for your sake, Carlos. I'm not hating. I just don't believe. Don't trust.
We're in different
leagues. He hasn't shown me anything to trust.
We just share a home together. But we're in different leagues, and I hate that stuff. I hate it. I don't know.
I will say this, and this is my honest opinion. I've been a Danny Dimes. I like Danny Dimes. I don't, I think he has potential. If you let him stand, I think he's going to do well. I think having Saquon is going to help him and Kenny Golladay. I'll tell you the person I think is going to help them both is Darius Slayton's going to help them both.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, no, I like him.
Receiver.
So,
and don't mistake yourself. I mean, I think your team has gotten better, but I still don't think they're as good as either the Cowboys or the Redskins.
I'm gonna say Danny Dimes is about 15 to 22 points a week. I would say good. A great week for Danny Dimes is going to be like, 29 to 33 around there. I see big things for Golladay. I think, look, you can't say Golladay didn't have a good quarterback. He had he had Stafford throwing him the rock.
No, I mean, I was saying he's going to be a double-digit guy.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's quite as good as Wes was saying.
Well, I'd say 18 to 25. I think that's what Wes said.
You
right?
got to think and I'm not giving them the numbers for.
Is that a PPR league?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
well, then maybe you're right. Okay, fair
you
enough.
Think garbage time. If you feel that the Giants aren't that good, they're always going to be catching up. So that means they're going to be throwing. So number one receivers
I mean, he'll get his catches. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think he'll end up with, at the end of the season, probably close to 100 receptions. But
all right. Well, so
I think if the Giants are winning, they're running.
The real question mark is Danny Dimes.
Losing, they're throwing at the Galladay. That's my philosophy on that.
Right, absolutely.
Look, you know what's ironic? His best game was against your Jets, where you beat us.
When Jamal just ripped the ball right out of his hand?
He threw for 308 yards.
Yeah.
Touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's his best game, that's what he has to do every game, in my opinion. He can't. He got to throw. He got to sling it, man.
He's been showing me though he doesn't protect the football, and I don't like guys like that. And they never seem to change quarterbacks like that.
It's either now
That's the problem,
or never, because next year we either got to pay him the 5 years or let him go. And then
it's really judgment time for Danny.
Yeah, and then Gettleman will be wrong.
Well, I got another topic that's definitely causing some controversy, and I'll start off with it. Juju Smith-Schuster going back to the Steelers, right? So apparently there's reports out there saying that he did not get one single solitary offer from anybody, that his agent, and we talked about this last week, his agent was actually calling other teams and throwing a number at them. And apparently he got hung up on more than anything. Look, I'm going to say it to you like this. I think, we said it. He's not a number one guy. Obviously, going back to the Steelers is comfortable for him, because they know what they have in him, and he knows what they have. He knows what he has in them. But I think it has a lot. It's a character issue with him.
Sure.
No, but
no, he's asking for too much money.
Yeah,
you kind of hit the nail on the head. He's not a number one guy. He's a slot guy that wanted number one guy money. Guess what, buddy? You ain't getting it. You're not getting it.
But the Ravens, look, the Ravens offered him $9 million with incentives for 1 year. He went to Pittsburgh and took an $8 million.
I don't think. I think that was bullshit. I think that's what his agent called.
No, because I know he talked to the Jets too,
and the Chiefs too.
I'm pretty sure the Jets probably made him a reasonable offer too. He probably just look. The Jets ended up taking Keenan Cole for $5.5 million for the year, right? I'm thinking they probably offered him $7 million, somewhere around there, and he said, "No way," you know what I mean? Yeah. He said, "No way, you're crazy." Well, you know what? Then you're on the Steelers. He was thinking he was going to get $15 million a year, bro. It's not happening.
He didn't have that good of a
his agent was calling people thinking they're going to get $15 million a year.
Why go back to the
Steelers? Comfort.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's there. You know your locker room. You know your quarterback.
It's just a stopgap. It's just a stopgap.
You know what Ben is. Juju only had about 800 yards last year, and now he's with a crowded receiver room. Like,
he's not the best receiver on that team.
That's what I'm saying. So going back to Steelers, to a team like, I look at it. The Steelers had the shot to sign me. They drafted me. They could have signed me. I didn't have to hit free agency. They let me hit free agency. I didn't like that what was out there. They took me back. So now the Steelers have the upper hand because they know, okay, when you leave, ain't nothing good out there for you.
Right.
I can offer you whatever now. I don't have to offer you more.
You were right, Wes. 831 yards. Both of you.
That's what I'm saying. So, and now
you can't mess with us, man.
He's in the same situation he was in last year, now without the leverage. Because now he's like, okay, the Steelers can lowball him, knowing that he ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And they can control his production. So if they want to pay him, they can make him productive to the level they want him to be productive at, so they can keep him at that price. Like, Juju's not going to get 1,000 yards, 15 touchdowns this year, because that would be stupid for the Steelers. Because now you don't move his price up.
Right now
back
you
to what he thought it was.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It was, to me, it wasn't wise to go back to this. Yeah, I understand the comfort, but for your contract, for you to do a 1-year deal, I don't think this is wise because the Steelers kind of control this now. Like
Hey,
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and the bottom line is
his
this
best
is what
game was
happens, Wes.
130 yards in 2018.
Sorry, yeah. And the
Not
bottom
even a
line
touchdown.
is, Wes, you said, the bottom line is, this is what happens when you get greedy. You know what? They thought that they were going to get way more money than they were going to get, and then they wondered why nobody was calling. Well, I got news for you. All these owners talk to each other. All these GMs talk to each other. Once the word gets out, it only needs to go to one guy.
Right.
Yep.
He wants $15 million. What?
What?
Are you out of your mind? Well, that's it. No phones. Your phone ain't ringing, buddy. It's not happening. When you're not even in the ballpark, it's like going to a pawn shop and you're trying to pawn something. And the guy's like, all right, well, it's worth $500. I'll give you $200. And you're like, well, I want $5,000. He's like, well, you can see the door right there. Right? You know what I mean? Right? This is what's going on. He's being delusional, asking for way too much money. You're not going to get it.
But look, at the end of the day,
guy when you're not it.
But at the end of the day, look, I'll say this. I think Juju he has talent.
Oh, absolutely.
But
you also got to understand the market.
Why is it not translating?
In the COVID situation that the wallets were going to be tighter, you got to look at what the guys were getting. The biggest guys were getting $12.5 million. That's it. Right. The Jets signed Corey Davis, $12.5 million. That's what it was. So, when you realize that the number ones are getting 12.5, what do you think a number two is going to get? It ain't going to be 15 million, delusional guy.
Do the half. It goes in half, 1 to 2.
There's my point exactly. When you're asking for 15 million, it's really delusional. Wondering why they're not getting any calls on it. There's your answer.
Carlos, what did Galladay get?
Yeah. What did you guys give Galladay?
72 million, 4 years.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah. He
the
gambled.
Giants, I felt overpaid. That's the only thing I didn't like. I like everybody they signed. I just felt they overpaid.
Mike, I don't agree with you on that because just because the guy had an injury late in season, I don't see before that this kid was a stud, dude.
Oh yeah, no, I just felt it was a little too rich the contract. That's all. If you had my opinion, and $72 million is a lot to put into one position.
There he is.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? Special guest host today. Straight from the 1970s, my man Luca. What up, nephew?
Say hello to your uncle.
What up, nephew?
He's like,
he's camera shy, so he whispers it. He said, hey, uncle.
That's my dude. So let me ask you this, because I brainwashed my child. Luca, can I ask you a question? Are you a Jets fan like Daddy?
You're damn straight he's a Jets fan. Jets, Jets.
We all do. We all brainwash the childrens, to put them on.
I tried. Mine backfired royally.
You failed miserably. She went to what she did to you is like you punished her one time and she's still pissed off about that. That's what she did to you.
Yeah.
Look, Wes, you mentioned the guy's name. I'm surprised he got signed with anybody, and I just got to talk about it because ever since you said his name, it's been ringing in my freaking head like a migraine. Oh my God, Joe Flacco is the worst quarterback in the history of the NFL. I said it.
He's still cashing them checks, man.
Oh my God! You know what, why?
It's a perfect signing for Jalen Hurts. Because he's a veteran quarterback that can teach him a couple things that he needs that he didn't have.
Teach him what? How to get a big contract?
Listen, there's a lot of things that you can learn from
some checks, baby.
Listen, there's a lot of things you can learn from the veterans. And understand, Jalen Hurts didn't have that. He had a competition with another young quarterback. That's all he had.
No, I get it. No, look, Joe Flacco had an amazing year, playoff run, the whole 9 yards. Whatever. I'm glad he's on.
You need a backup.
Yeah.
He's a solid backup.
This is hard for me as an X-rated. This is hard for me to swallow. Mike
Glennon is a better backup than.
He's a backup. No, you keep him for the veteran knowledge, and you hope that he instills some of it to Jalen. That's why you do it. That he helps him with the clipboard in the game room, helps him understand plays and all that.
Sure. We talk about this a lot on the podcast, and I still have a hard time wrapping my brain around it sometimes. But there's just some of these teams out there that are just not doing anything. Like the Eagles, they haven't really done anything. They need help.
They can't.
They're gonna draft a receiver, one of the top receivers in my opinion.
What number does they pick?
Yeah, but they're in trouble.
They're high.
I mean, look. We talked about the division. If I got the Giants at number 3, who's at number 4? It's the Eagles. So.
Oh, sure. I mean, no, they're definitely
the worst in the division right now, I think. So. Yeah, they only have one way to go up. And it's going to be, Jalen Hurts' chance. We'll see. I do like him, though. I will say that. I do. And I think the kid –
Eagles number – yeah. Eagles number 6.
Loves Jalen Hurts, man.
Man, I if it wasn't for my man, my receiver to get 200 yards, I'd be kicking myself right now.
Look, I think that NFC East comes down to the Giants and the Cowboys. That's my opinion.
Wow.
Right.
Sleeping on the Washington football team. I tell you what, I know you don't believe in Fitzmagic, but you're going to see the difference between him and that.
I do not believe in Fitztragic at all.
Okay.
I think he was in a great system. You think
with
in
that
Miami,
receiving core that he has and that defense he has? Wow, that boy can make some passes, buddy.
Exactly. Fitzmagic.
I think you are sleeping on the Fitzmagic heavily.
Okay, so are you drafting him? Is he draftable?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
He would be my number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He's definitely my number 2. In fact, I'm definitely taking him number 2.
Wow. I got to get you in the league.
Bring it, bro.
If you're
we'll see what happens.
Hold on.
Just like the basketball, I know nothing.
Who are you drafting number 2?
Because I'm struggling in that.
No.
Who's your number 2 pick in the draft?
No, not his number 2.
Number 2 pick.
Fantasy,
QB number 2.
Yeah. Who would it be?
Fitz.
Oh man, you gotta get him in the league real quick.
Bring it. Okay.
Why is that not a bad backup?
No. Wes, this is all right with me. You guys can sleep on me just like you did with the college basketball and say I'm wrong with everything I say.
You got lucky with the college basketball. We're not saying you don't know nothing about football. All I'm saying is this.
Fine. That's fine.
No,
man,
listen, wait a second. So you're going to tell me, out of all the quarterbacks out there, if you're drafting a second quarterback, that he's the best number 2 quarterback to have on your team?
I'm saying that he is a much more viable option than you're giving. Depending on who's there is who I'm going to take. But if he's one of the options, I'm not sleeping on him. So I think he's a lot better than you think.
Mm-hmm.
He could end up at the end of the year. Remember I said this, he can end up being close to the top 5 or like number 5 out of all the quarterbacks. Yeah. That's
I'll say this.
And the screw he's got. He's never been in a great system, dude. He was with the Jets, my team. He was with the Dolphins. They had a suspect. They have so much, they had some talent.
They were good. He was 6-3 with the Dolphins.
He was good with them. Yeah. And they were much worse without him. I think personally, the offense was so much more stagnant with Tua. I mean, I don't think you're giving Fitz nearly enough credit for you know what? He's an explosive guy, and as he's gotten older, he's getting a little better with the interception.
No, look, I got no respect for that. Look, you're taking it the wrong way. I got no respect for the guy.
Saying.
He's smart. I get it. I don't know if this is the right fit for him. I don't know.
Well, I think it's I see. This is where I completely disagree. I think this is the most perfect ever fit. Riverboat Ron, a number 1 clutch defense. He's got 2 stud receivers. Don't sleep on McLaurin and him. They're going to be lovely together.
Oh yeah,
that is going to
be an all-day affair.
Who's the other receiver? Who's the other receiver?
Curtis Samuel.
They just signed him. So man. Yeah, don't give me that face.
I'm not. Look, I'm not a Curtis Samuel guy.
And who's the tight end they already have?
They got that
Logan Thomas.
Yeah. So
he's a beast.
Come on now. I mean, this is a much better team, and this is also a top 5 defense.
I'm not crapping on the team. I'm not crapping on the team. I think they had better options to go after than Fitztragic. I that's my opinion.
They had no capital to make a move for anybody.
Yeah,
the Patriots signed Cam Newton for $1 million, dude. Or $14 million.
Well, I
Okay,
don't know
well,
why
I'd much rather have Fitzmagic than Cam Newton.
wasn't $1 million.
No, $14 million. 14.
Thank you. I was like,
Carson. We agree to disagree. That's fine. We're going to see how it turns out.
We are going to see how it turns out.
That's why we record this shit. So, you know.
Right. We'll go back to it. You know, the March 23rd episode, 2021. It's Jay or Nay on Fitzmagic. Hey, you know what?
It's going to be Fitzmagic show. That's what it's going to be.
For all the viewers that are still around, to everyone that watches the video, if you believe in Fitzmagic or you don't believe, hit us up and tell us what you think. I mean, it is what it is.
I believe.
Thank you, Wes.
I don't know.
On my side, yeah.
I don't know. Well,
no, look, I think they're going to be a big surprise. We'll see.
We're coming to a close on tonight's episode, but I will say this: you know, the few things that have not happened yet. Deshaun Watson still has not been traded to the Jets.
Or Russell Wilson.
Or Russell Wilson.
Deshaun Watson has squeezed my ass before. Let me just put that out there.
Oh, I knew it.
Another allegation.
I knew it.
Oh, God. Here comes allegation number 15, ladies and gentlemen.
I heard it's 24 total.
No, it's 14. There's different allegations, but there's 14 witnesses. So it's like multiple incidences.
He asked me for a massage. I said no.
Do you think that screws up a lot of people's draft? I'd stay away from him. Period. If he's not on the
you
Jets.
can.
If he's not on the Jets or some other team, I'm staying away from Deshaun Watson this year.
Well, you know what? That's an interesting predicament. If he's just like out there and you don't know what's going to happen, like when do you take
14 accusers, 24 total claims. No,
they claim twice. He
14.
Right cheek
My bad. Yeah. Deshaun Watson lawsuits up to 14 with 24 accusers. So there's 14 lawsuits and there's 24.
25 with Wes.
Oh shit.
But just to keep on banging on Houston, like diminishing his value is just worse for Houston. Like,
yeah,
it's way worse for you.
Now you're getting less value for him because you don't want him to go. You're gonna assassinate.
No, once again, though, Wes. Wait. Once again, now we were talking about this weeks ago. If they would have just made the damn trade already, he wouldn't even be on their team. But now it's their problem. You know what?
Right, it's their problem now. Right, yeah. Absolutely.
They dug their hole. Now they got to deal with it. Right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Look, no, that's a trip. That's hysterical.
People, we love you. No Man Fantasy Football at gmail.com. Come Twitch with us every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. We're going to be doing some special drop-in episodes. Like I said, we're going to have the boys from the Carolina Blue Bloods on here,
from the hood.
Little League baseball team. We got opening day for baseball coming up here soon. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit about the Masters. We got it all, people. We got you covered, whatever you need. As always, it's your host, your co-host, Mr. Buttons and the Sullen. We love you.
Make us number one. Make us number one.
Make us number one. Follow us on Twitch. Stop.
I'm even following.
Yeah. Following. So, all right, people. One love.
Later.